Yo, what is up, everybody? Keep it central. We are back at it again for another episode. I got another guest on today. But before we start, I just want to say a couple things. Merch coming out in February. Be on the lookout. I got one design that's coming out very soon. I'm in the process of designing it right now. Two, we're looking for sponsorships, businesses, collaborations. If you know you or anybody that you know has a business and they want to get more publicity in any way, just come over here. My email address will be in the description below, as well as my Instagram story or my Instagram. Let's see what else. Like, subscribe, do what you guys do best. You already know. It's your first time. Welcome. All right, and I think that will do it for our intro. Alex, what's up, baby? How you been?
What's up, dude?
Dude, it's been crazy. I think the last time I've seen you, well, first off, this is Alex. He's one of my people that I graduated with, part of my class, and he's a hooper. He's a baller, and he plays at a junior college. What junior college?
Santa Monica.
Santa Monica Junior College, and he's been tearing it up. He was really good at West, so I'm taking he's even better now. But yeah, man. So how you been? Last time I seen you, I think it was our sober grad party. That's probably that was our last time. I think we saw each other. So how you been since then? Like, what's college like?
I've been good. Been kind of bouncing around colleges a little bit, but decided to go JC. I'm playing this year. Hopefully get out after this year, get to a 4-year scholarship, all that. But yeah, I don't know. I've been good.
You've been good?
Yeah.
So I know it's been a long time since I've seen you. Dude, so when you played at West, right? And I would say you probably, I think our senior year, one of those you were a starter, obviously, our senior year. You got Cole, Dez was one of them,
yep.
All those guys. Do you remember anything from that season? Like, kind of like what maybe that was like playing in it, or like your time there, like your senior year?
Yeah, no, I mean, we knew we were good, obviously.
Yeah.
We had, Cole is one of the best players in the state.
Yeah.
He's
Which we're going to probably have on soon.
Yeah, yeah. But we knew we were good. Like, we should have won Valleys, which we did. Yeah, no, it's just a good group of guys. Like, obviously, you see all these guys are, like, doing better things.
Yeah.
Cole's at UCSB. Grayson's at Fullerton. Like, these guys are hoopers. Like, we did what we were supposed to do.
Yeah, and I remember I would say the best game I think I've watched when you guys, we had the invite, the Nike Invitational. And you guys played against Jalen Green when he was in high school going to San Joaquin Memorial.
Yeah.
And I remember that game being so packed. Like, they had to, people weren't even, they couldn't even get in the stands.
Yeah, no.
And they had to, be out and, over in, the snack bar area, right behind the hoop. And they were, on the baseline. And I remember going nuts, and I remember being in the stands and just with all the students and stuff, and it was going nuts.
Yeah, no,
what do you recall from that game, and what is it like knowing okay, this guy's gonna be in the NBA? He was just too good, right?
Yeah.
And he's gonna be in the NBA. What was that like playing against Jalen?
So that was my third time playing against Jalen in high school. First 2 times I didn't play that much. I was a junior, wasn't getting that much playing time. But that time, I knew, it was going to be, me and him guarding each other most likely. So I remember I was at the training table getting taped before the game.
Yeah.
And we were just kind of going back and forth. He was a cool kid. He didn't have this huge ego, so he was, cool to talk to.
Yeah.
So we were just getting taped, talking trash back and forth. And, right before I left, I was like, all right, whatever, good luck. It should be fun.
Yeah.
And I remember going in the locker room to get the pregame. There was probably there was a good amount of people in the gym when I went in the locker room. And I remember coming out, and it's just there's no space left.
Yeah,
there were people. I heard after the game that there were people who weren't letting in. And they were standing outside listening to the game. And it's just we ended up winning, but he went for 36, and it's hard to deny he's a stud. So.
I think if I recall correctly, I think it was maybe the second time you played him, I believe, at San Joaquin, your junior year. I think you dropped 46 or
Yeah,
something like that. Something crazy.
Yeah.
And he went off that game, but I don't recall if you guys won that one or not. But dude, I remember that was for me as like watching like Jalen and knowing like, yo, okay, he's gonna be in the NBA, and then watching all of like my graduating class play against him. Like, dude, that's pretty cool. And and that game was just, it was really intense. I mean, there was some times where it got like super good, and sometimes it got super low. I think it was like one of the very first plays. I think you got a block on Preston. I think his name was it Preston?
No, it wasn't Preston. It was
another guy.
I can't remember his name, but
yeah, you got the block, and I remember that kind of like set the tone, and we were like, we were going super nuts. But dude, Jalen was just, I mean, he was shooting threes left and right. I mean, they even like double team, like you were on him. I think Luke was on him a little bit. Dante was on him.
Yeah.
And it was just going like just everywhere. And for some reason, he just kept making it.
Yeah.
And it's like, what do you do?
It's a once in a generation talent. Like, he went second overall. He's obviously starting for the Rockets, like putting up numbers. So when you got to play that guy in high school, like you kind of have to expect him to score 30. So we kind of game planned for it. But
what did Wahlberg have which is Coach Wahlberg, who's the head of Clovis West. He still is, and even when you were playing. But was there like a set strategy that you had to guard him, or was it more of just kind of like, hey, like whoever's guarding him, you just got to guard him?
It was just try to limit layups, and we wanted him shooting pull up like mid ranges and threes just contested. And we knew we were like in the locker room, we were like, he's gonna score a lot.
Yeah, they're
gonna go in. Don't let it defeat you. Like, we can't let the other guys beat us. Like they're role players. We can't let them beat us, and they didn't. So
yeah, and which was good because I think that game for me, that game was like the best game I've watched in those stands. And then I actually recently went to the championship game for West when they won it this year, and I went to go watch them. And that game was also cool. It was a triple overtime championship game, and I remember watching that and just like, dude, this is like that game was like up there with the Jalen Green game. And I mean, just watching him and him just pull up from just like anywhere, like some Steph Curry range. And then I remember at the very end of the game, well, like you guys were gonna win, and I remember like that one possession, like you guys didn't guard him, whatever, and he just yammed it, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I was like, imagine if you guys were like trying to guard him doing that. And he just did that.
Our coach, I remember in the timeout, because we had like a 6-point lead, I think.
Yeah.
And there was only 10 seconds left. So like we won the game. And our coach told us in the huddle, he was like, if someone touches him or fouls him, you are getting cut from the team. Do not touch him. So we just let him go.
Just let him get a highlight reel.
Go ahead and get freaky. We won the game. You got it.
And that was super cool. And then that year, you guys ended up winning Valleys.
Yeah.
And going into that game, who'd you guys play? Was it Bullard?
Yeah.
And I knew they were pretty good too. And I remember watching that game. What was your guys' well, first I want to go back to Coach Holmes, because I know he mentioned it. Coach Holmes, who I had, he coached Alex and a bunch of other guys, and he was on that team, that Valley championship team, and he mentioned that you guys did something that morning.
Yeah.
And he wanted to leave it for you. Yeah. Now that you're here, what did you guys do?
So basically, we played North to go to Valleys the game before.
Yeah.
Was down 20 at half, and then came back, like crazy game. But I think I went 0 for 7 from 3. Like I had no idea what my hands were doing.
Yeah, and that does not happen. That does not happen. Trust me. It
I was happen. I was in my own head, and I was like, man, I can't shoot right now, and we're going into the biggest game of the season. What am I going to do? And we had walkthroughs the day of the Valley Championship game in the morning. So we go through our plays, talk about like matchups and stuff. And Coach Holmes pulls me aside. He's like, let's go work on your shot down here. I was like, all right, bet. So he like brings me over, and I've never met anyone who knows more about like the critiquing parts of shooting than him, just the smallest details. And I was like, he told me you got to like jump straight up, because I was kind of like fading on my shots, and that's why it felt bad. So he got me going straight up, and getting the ball a little higher. And I started shooting on the gun, and it felt good. And I was like, today's going to be a good night. And I think I went 5 for 8 from 3 that game, something like that. But yeah.
And you ended up getting I don't know if the record's been broken, but I don't believe it has. But you hold the record for the most points in a Valley Championship game. What'd you have? 46?
42.
42?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was crazy too. I didn't know that. And they was like, "Oh, he beat the all-time." We're like, "What?" Like, where did this come from? And was it that game that Dante made the
full court layup?
Layup.
Yeah.
That was insane too. What was that like? Was that a play designed for him, or was it kind of just like unscripted? Like it was just kind of like whatever happened.
So towards the second half of the season, at the end of every practice, we'd go over like scenarios. So down 1, 10 seconds left, down 1, 5 seconds left, all that kind of stuff. So we had already had that play put in, and Dante is a superhuman athlete.
Oh yeah,
fast, can jump.
Crazy.
So we put him in that spot, and he produced.
Bro, and the layup was just like nice and just easy, and it was just kind of, he just floated it up there, and we were like, oh, and like you could see everybody in the crowd were just like, oh shoot, and he made it. And we were all just crazy, going nuts. And I remember seeing that, I'm like, dude, like either you're gonna get it or he's gonna get it, like the MVP or that game, like it's one of the two. Did you end up getting it? Or did they have an MVP for that game?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, you got it.
Mm-hmm.
So congratulations to you. That was pretty cool. So now, I mean, you got a ring under your belt.
Yeah, I do.
Which is pretty
Feels
dope.
Good.
So now we can talk about college now.
Mm-hmm.
What's up with college? Are you just like school going well? Are you trying to like major in anything for?
Yeah. So I mean, I'm just kind of following in my dad's footsteps. He majored in business finance, so I'm probably going to do that. And honestly, I'll probably just end up working for him whenever basketball stops.
Mm-hmm.
But basketball-wise, like, college is good. We don't have the best record right now, but we also do play the toughest schedule in the state in terms of JCs. So we come back after this break and play conference, and I have a pretty like good confidence level that we'll turn it around, but we'll see. There's a lot of good teams in California.
Yeah. So with that being said, like what are some of the teams that you have to play? Are they like are they just other JCs, or is it like even higher level than that?
No, so we strictly play JCs, but I mean, have you seen Last Chance U, the basketball one?
Yeah.
So we've played them 3 times this season. So you'll see me on Last Chance U.
Hey,
it won't look that good, but
hey, you never know. So are you starting with them?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
I lead the team in points and second or first in rebounding, one of those.
That's what's up.
Yeah. But
so are they like the different players that you have, what has that been like, kind of bonding with these other group of guys that are like from all over the place? Probably I'm taking just from like the area and like maybe from like California.
Yeah, no, we have a lot of LA guys, obviously, and then I think we have one kid from Vegas, one from Houston, one from Philly. My roommate's from Philadelphia. My other roommate's from Milwaukee.
Oh, that's cool.
Like, so they recruited all over the place, and we've got some like real good players.
And what has that been like? Has there been any like off the court shenanigans by any chance?
I mean,
like,
we live in LA, so like Santa Monica, there's a lot going on all the time. So we can usually find something to do, but yeah, no, it's a bunch of good kids, all have the same goal. Like they want to keep playing basketball, and they all can. They're all good players.
Crazy, man. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
And I'm happy for you because,
yeah,
dude, it's I hope everything goes well for you because I definitely want to see you make that next jump for sure.
Yeah.
And being able to be like, hey, I know that guy. Like I graduated with him, All right, so we're going to get into my first segment. This segment I did with Coach Holmes, and I'm going to do it with you. I'm going to do the same questions just to see, if there's maybe a difference between a coach's perspective and a player's perspective. Mm-hmm. There may be, there may not be. Okay. But it's just an easy would you rather. There's 11 questions. If you hear anything that's like a hot take, put it down in the comments below. I want to hear what you guys think. Okay, so first one, would you rather win an MVP or a chip?
I'm gonna say an MVP because you can get a championship without touching the floor.
That is a good point.
You can.
I did not think about that.
I mean, Patrick McCaw got 3 championships in his first 3 years and didn't play a second in the finals. That's all I'm saying.
That is a good point.
Yeah, so,
I did not think about that.
So, I mean, to win MVP, obviously you have to be great.
Yeah.
And you still have to play on a good team because there's hardly ever many MVPs that win with a terrible team.
Yeah.
So,
and I think that's one reason why Steph Curry didn't get it this past year is because their team was not they were like a 500 team. You know, if they were like an above 500 team, I think he would have got it.
Yeah.
But because they weren't, I think that kind of just.
And I think that's why he's going to get it this year.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because they're the first team in the West right
Personally,
now.
I think LeBron should get it because he's 37 and doing this. But
yeah, that's a good point.
It's fair. They're under 500.
Yeah, for sure. But dude, I did not think about that. Yeah. That's a good observation. I didn't even think about. Okay, but that's a good one. Number 2, would you rather have your own shoe named after you, or would you have a award named after you? And if you want an award, what would the award be?
Man,
that's if you choose that one though.
I'm gonna say shoe, because then just like, let's say I'm in the league, I have my own shoe. Then like the average kid can go out and like have my shoe.
Yeah,
you got to be in the league to get my award. Like that's kind of just for them. I want like little kids to be able to say like, oh, I have his shoe, blah blah blah.
What brand would you sign with?
Nike. Absolutely.
Yeah, this is Nike.
Yeah.
What shoes do you rock when you play? Do you rock like, is there a certain athlete's shoe that you prefer over someone else's?
I've worn Kyrie's for a long time.
Yeah.
Long time.
I bet say you've been wearing Kyrie since like our freshman year when I played with you.
So Kyrie's have always been like my go-to. When I'm trying to like look cool on the court, I'll wear like 11s or something like that. But Kyrie's are a good shoe. I haven't found one much better than it.
I remember when the Kyrie 2s came out, you had like the red ones.
Yeah.
And I thought those were so dope. And I thought those were amazing.
Yeah, I beat those to the ground.
But they were great and I loved it. Okay, so this is our third one. If you weren't playing basketball, but you were on the team, would you rather be the greatest mascot or the greatest water boy?
Greatest water boy. People don't know who's under the mascot most of the time.
That's good.
So they're just like, oh, that's a cool mascot, but I'm not going to know him at school. Water boy, you can... I mean, they made a movie about a water boy.
Yeah, that's a good point. Good point. I like that. Coach Holmes had the same answer, so that's cool. Would you rather be tall and slow or short and fast?
Short and fast.
Short and fast.
Absolutely.
So you're telling me like if you had one wish, you would just be like, hey, I wish I can be 5'10", my height. And fast?
And super fast? Oh, absolutely.
It's like Chris Tom. Like how fast he was.
I hate guarding short, quick dudes. I can't stand it. If you're tall and slow and I can beat you to a spot and stop you from getting where you're going, then I'm good. But those short, fast guys just get around me and it's like, it's so hard. I hate it.
I bet it was probably playing against like all these smaller guards, especially in high school.
Yeah.
And them just like
just right running around. Like
dang.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one too. But Coach Holmes said you'd rather be tall and slow, so whatever. Number 5, would you rather be able to dunk in a game, or only like shoot threes? So like you can do like as many dunks as you want, or would you rather be able to only shoot threes?
Dunks. Dunks get the crowd into it.
See, now that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Coach Holmes said I'd rather shoot threes because they're worth more.
I mean, that's probably the good like team answer. Like,
yeah.
You get more points, but a dunk when the gym goes crazy and like, I mean, I've had a couple that got the place going and it feels good. Like you're going in the locker room and you're like, I did that.
That's a highlight reel right there. Okay. Would you rather make the game-winning shot or the game-winning block? I think both are good.
I think most people would say shot.
Yeah.
I'm going to say block. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think blocks are one of the most like underappreciated things in basketball, especially a good one where you like pin it up against the glass.
Yeah.
If you can win a game by stopping someone like that, I'd rather do that.
I like the Zion Williamson one where he just sends it in the crowd
like
and he just
4 rows up. Yeah.
That would be pretty cool to do that at the end of a game. Oh, that would be awesome. Now, would you rather play, this one was good. Coach Holmes kind of stumbled on this one a little bit. Would you rather play 4 years in college or 1 year in the NBA? So like you just get one NBA year, or would you rather play all 4 years in college, maybe win a couple NCAA chips?
I'm gonna say 4 years in college. Yeah, because 1 year in the league would be cool. Don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, it is 1 year only.
Yeah.
In 4 years, you get your whole education. You can go get a degree. And if you go make the tournament, that's got to be like one of the coolest things to play in.
Oh yeah,
It's like my dream to play in the March Madness.
well, hopefully one day you'll get there, man.
We'll see.
Okay, would you rather do would you rather have as a highlight a trick shot or a trick dunk?
Dunk.
Yeah.
If I could put it between the legs in a game, like I would
Yeah.
I would quit that day and that's
Just be like,
that's
that's
what I
it,
did.
that's
I
it,
did my
I'm
career
done.
on that.
Yeah, he's like, I'm done. This is my final game. Good
Yeah.
night, everybody. Now, speaking of the trick dunks,
Mhm.
would you rather windmill it or would you rather do a 360?
I'm gonna say 360 because I mean I can do both. I'm much more likely to do a windmill in game than a 360, which means that 360 is harder in my mind, so I'm gonna go with 360.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or is there another one like maybe like a between the legs, behind the
definitely.
back?
Oh, I didn't think about that. Behind the back over between the legs.
I mean, there's the one behind the back that I always think of is the Zach LaVine one that he did in the dunk contest. Oh,
it's those. I mean, those guys are insane. The stuff they do. But
I want to see a rematch between Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine
yeah.
in the dunk contest because that would just be super entertaining. Okay. Would you rather have Russell Westbrook's athleticism and mentality or Steph Curry's shooting and dribbling ability?
okay, I'm gonna say this, and I kind of have a story to go with it.
Okay, perfect.
I
like that.
I'm gonna say Steph
Okay.
because that's no knock on Westbrook.
Yeah.
He's the insane athlete, and obviously mentality is a lot. But I just think there's a lot of athletes like that.
Yeah.
But you're not guaranteed a spot in the league. But so my first day at Santa Monica, first practice, we're getting towards the end of practice, and our coach calls us in. He's like, "Okay, guys, Steph's coming in here to work out after our practice."
Hey,
Yeah.
really?
Yes. So
Oh.
I can show you the picture I took of them after.
Oh,
but
that's cool.
so he said Steph's coming in. We got to put our phones away. No recording the workout because he had like his new shoes on, so we weren't allowed to leak them. Whatever. So he comes in. We're all sitting on the side, and he like comes up to all of us personally and like daps us up, asks us our name. Super cool dude. So he starts getting warmed up, and it is the most insane thing I've ever watched. His workout, it's conditioning the whole time. I would not be able to get through it. And he's barely breathing hard. And he doesn't miss ever. He never misses in a workout.
Yo,
Half of them are circus shots. It's insane.
Well, I mean, we've seen like before like the Warriors game starts, like they would show him and like his dribbling and like him doing that, and that is just insane because I mean, just doing it and having to two balls like and doing it and then like between the legs while still doing one.
Yeah.
And then obviously his shooting ability, I mean, is just, he's the greatest shooter of all time.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean, like by far. I mean, he
It's-
proved
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Like he
yeah.
beat it. Like I don't think anyone's gonna.
Yeah, no, he has single-handedly changed the way the NBA is going to be moving forward. Because it's just the three is so much more valuable when you can make it like that.
Now I kind of want to maybe go on off of that.
Okay.
Do you think Steph Curry would be more influential than LeBron was? I mean, based off of kind of like how he changed the league and like the different like aspect of like something that was not really valued at a certain time, or it was only for certain like people, like specialists, like JJ Redick, Klay Thompson, like people that do that for like that's their job.
I think Steph definitely, yes, more so than LeBron, because Steph came in and was just like, he is obviously the best shooter this game's ever seen.
Yeah.
And it's obviously proven to be like needed on a team. LeBron came in and just was like, I mean, he's just the best at like everything, but he's not exceedingly amazing at one certain thing. So I would say Steph has changed it more, but LeBron is still my GOAT. Like he always will be.
Yeah. Then that actually brings us into the very last one, Michael Jordan, LeBron. Which one you got, man?
LeBron. Absolutely LeBron.
LeBron over MJ.
Absolutely.
You got to give a reason why, because I'm kind of like, okay, don't get me wrong. LeBron is on the Mount Rushmore of basketball. He's, in my mind, he's second.
Okay.
MJ's number one. I mean, it's MJ.
That's fair, but I hate the argument. He has 6 rings in 6 tries. LeBron has 4 and whatever 9.
Yeah.
Because like you look at Jordan's team, he had Pippen, he had Rodman. Those two. Pippen is the most underappreciated basketball player of all time, in my opinion.
I think he's top 50.
I think he is too.
Yeah.
He might be top 20 all time. He is wildly underappreciated today.
Yeah.
So I think Jordan had. Don't get me wrong, Jordan's 2. He's amazing. Honestly.
Yeah, they're both sitting at the same table.
Yeah,
at the end of the day.
But I think what separates LeBron is obviously he can score the ball, maybe not as well as Jordan, but really close. He's the best non-point guard passer of all time by a mile.
That's a good point.
He's an amazing rebounder.
Yeah.
He's a good teammate. I'm not saying Jordan wasn't, but if you watch The Last Dance, you saw he let guys have it.
He had the ego.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And LeBron's doing what he's doing right now at 37 years old.
And plus he's also, he's been to a lot of NBA finals. He just hasn't won them.
Exactly.
But then again, you got to also look at kind of like the competition he was going against and what he was working with at the time.
In one of the finals, his second best player was like Mo Williams.
That's a good point. Yeah.
So it's obviously up for debate. It's very close, but I have LeBron.
Yeah, I think I still have MJ, but at the end of the day, they're both like sitting at the same dinner table.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're both goats in their own right. I feel like to me they're both like I think they're different players. Obviously their height, their width, like their weight, and the positions that they play, and like. I think LeBron is more bully ball, and he's just physically just like massive. MJ was more of like, I think, more precision, more kind of like, I don't know, kind of like in his own mind almost. And
I do think MJ had a little more dog in him than LeBron. Like I think LeBron,
that killer.
Yeah, that killer instinct. I think he has it a little bit more, but it's just hard to devalue what LeBron does day in and day out.
Yeah. What do you think? About Coach Holmes saying that Kobe Bryant was better than both MJ and Jordan, because I feel like Kobe to me he's a top 5, top 10, God forbid.
Top 10 for sure.
Yeah.
Top 5, I don't know.
Debating.
Coach Holmes is out of his mind for saying that, but y'all
gonna have to debate this on Instagram or something.
I'd gladly debate him with it, but that's just crazy.
Yeah. So you don't think Kobe would be even up there? No.
Where do I want to put Kobe? I'm going to go LeBron, Jordan, Magic, Kareem, Shaq.
That might be Kobe.
I got Kobe at
6. Yeah, I think he's top 5.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, he just can't. I think I would say, top 10. I think he's top 10.
He's
by
1,000% top 10.
Top 10.
If you don't have him in your top 10, then that's
top 5, maybe bugging. Like you can make an argument for it.
Right on the bubble.
But yeah, he's on that line. Yeah. It's just who would you rather take out? But I don't know. When he said that, I kind of looked at Nemo and I kind of looked at him. I was like, yo, I don't agree with this. And Nemo was like whatever.
I love Coach Holmes, but he has some crazy takes.
Yeah, and he does, and which I'm super glad because he kind of shooted me up a little bit for that. So I'm kind of glad. Do you have any crazy takes like that are like that you think? Nothing like that.
Nothing that crazy. Not even close to that crazy, but.
Here, I can actually go over maybe some of the stuff that he said. One of the things that he said. LaMelo Ball would be the next Steph Curry. At my mind, I was like, bro, you're bugging at this point. Absolutely. Because I'm like, there's no one could be Steph.
That's true.
No one. Like, the only person that could be Steph is Steph's son. Like, that's it. Like, if he grows up and he becomes an NBA superstar. Like, that's the only time anyone's going to be even close to Steph.
Yeah. No, that comparison's crazy. I think LaMelo is going to be...
MVP.
I think he'll win an MVP.
I think he'll win it. I think he's going to win chip. I think he'll win a couple championships. I think he'll win an MVP at least.
Yeah, his player comparison to me is not Steph Curry. I'd give him like I mean, he's a tall guard. He's like a Magic. Like
that's what I thought. I think he's more of a
passes
Magic Johnson, like his passing ability, and just because he's taller than every like point guard.
He's a good shooter. He's not Steph. He never will be Steph, but
but he's a good shooter though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, everyone in there has to have a jump shot of some kind. I figure.
No,
unless you're like Shaq and you're just like dominant, and you're just a bad shooter overall. But
he's a stud.
Yeah. He also said Jalen Green would be the next Kobe Bryant. I don't know how I felt about that. I just think I just got to keep watching him a little bit.
I think it's a good player comparison because he does kind of play like Kobe.
Yeah.
But to say he's going to be a top 10 player all time, he's only been playing for a year. It's hard to say.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what he said. I just kind of iffy.
Coach Holmes is a little out there on some of his stuff.
Just a tad bit. What is if you had to pick, I'm gonna do the same thing, kind of just roll off of what I did with him. But if you had to pick your all-time team, what's your team, man?
Magic at the 1, Jordan at the 2, LeBron at the 3. I'm gonna go Dirk at the 4 because I'm a Tim Duncan hater.
Yeah, I'm about to say I was like Dirk. I was like, okay.
I'm not a big Tim Duncan guy, and I just think Dirk.
I mean, his shooting was good, and he was a stud.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I think he's the best power forward of all time. That's a hot take. Oh, that's my.
Yeah, that's your hot take over Tim Duncan, huh?
Yeah. Guy. Yeah. Dang. I'm not a big Tim Duncan guy at all. And then at the 5, I'd definitely put Shaq because I think he's the most dominant player of all time.
Would Kareem be like your like second?
Oh, easily. It goes Shaq, Kareem, and then a good distance for me. Okay. And then maybe like Hakeem, but.
Yeah. What's your all-time team in like this era? Like if you had to pick, obviously I can think of mine.
Curry at the 1.
Yes, of course. That's no brainer.
LeBron at the 3. Who do I want at the 2? Man, that's kind of tough. All playing right now?
I would say, yeah. Let's go right now. Okay. Why not? I was gonna say 2000s, because that's then you put Kobe at the 2. Yeah,
definitely would put Kobe
sure.
At the 2. But if we're going right now,
but let's say right now. Okay, I'm
gonna go Curry
number 1, easy
at 1. LeBron at the 3. Giannis at the 4. I'm gonna put a healthy Clay at the 2.
Really?
No, I take that back.
I took it back.
Absolutely forgetting some players. Curry at the 1.
Yep.
This is gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a big lineup. KD at the 2. LeBron at the 3. LeBron at the 2. LeBron at the 1. I'm changing my whole thing. I'm going.
Oh my
gosh. LeBron at the 1 because he's proved he can do it. Curry at the 2. KD at the 3. Giannis at the 4. I don't know what. I'm gonna put Embiid at the 5.
Embiid?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a solid lineup.
I think Embiid is a dog.
I think he's very underrated too.
I think so too.
Like, I mean, if you think of like all like the centers in the league, I mean, you think of Jokic, you think of.
I forgot about him.
Yeah, if you think of Jokic, Karl Anthony Towns. I mean, Karl Anthony Towns is not on that level. Anthony Davis, even, but I think he's more of a power forward than a center. Yeah. I think they're just kind of treating him.
And
as
a Lakers fan, no one's made me more mad in the last 6 months than Anthony Davis.
What about Westbrook? Are you pleased with like his? No.
I wanted the Lakers to get. I didn't want Westbrook. I wanted them to get Buddy Hield.
I think that would have been pretty cool because I think he's a solid role player.
I don't think they needed a ball dominant guard to come play with LeBron. LeBron can pass.
Yeah, he can play the 1
as well or better than Westbrook. Let's put shooters around him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and AD just has not been performing how I think he should be.
Well, he's also been injured.
That's true, but I mean, if you just got put on the NBA top 75 all time, you gotta prove something.
That's another great point.
Yeah.
What about Melo? Carmelo? Do you think he should retire, or do you think he should?
If he's playing like this, he can keep going.
Okay. I mean, he's been doing pretty good.
He's been doing very well. He knows his role. He's gonna stand there, catch and shoot threes, and he's been putting them in at like a pretty good clip.
I'm trying to think of anyone. I mean, who's like your next like guy like under Carmelo?
It's like
who? Like I don't even know who.
Like Malik Monk's been playing kind of well.
What's his name?
THT's been doing all right, I guess. He's obviously super young, but I don't know. I think they could get a good package for him if they wanted to trade him. I think they could get some good stuff in return for like win now.
Yeah. Who do you have going to the finals this year, do you think? I mean, I kind of got my Western Conference and Eastern Conference kind of set up. Now that Kyrie's coming back, but I don't. It just depends on how much he plays.
Yeah.
Because obviously,
I'm gonna go Warriors. Once they have Clay back full healthy, they're gonna be
and Wiseman
a problem. Oof. I'm gonna go Warriors from the West, and then I'm gonna go Bucks from the East. I'm gonna have them go back.
For me, it was Warriors and Suns in the conference finals. Warriors going on to the finals. Then I had Chicago. And Brooklyn, but I think I have Chicago maybe beating them.
I hope Chicago's in the finals. They're such a fun team to watch.
Yeah, they are. And I mean, Zach LaVine is just going off.
Zach
LaVine's DeMar DeRozan, bro. He just hit 2 game winners
back-to-back nights.
Back-to-back nights.
Lonzo's playing well.
Caruso's there.
Yeah, they have a very good team, and they're super fun to watch.
Yeah. They were like that team that was like a sleeper, like coming into the season, and they just 7 straight wins to bump them into first or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's crazy.
Yeah.
I got the Warriors winning it this year. They're just too good. I mean, like, bro, like the fact that Jordan Poole has progressed the way he has, and he's like went from like a good role player just to come in and fill in to now like a starter, like actually gonna
He
start.
can go get like 25.
And bro, and they're just gonna move him to the bench, like coming off as a 6-man when Clay comes back.
Yeah, no, they're a good team, and they're obviously fun to watch.
Yeah.
Like watching Curry play is it's unbelievable sometimes.
Yeah, I mean he's just crazy, and I haven't gone to a Warriors game quite yet.
You've never been to one?
I've never been to one yet, but hopefully this year, Nemo in the back we can figure something out where we can take like us and a couple other guys and go, because I've never been to a Warriors game. I've never even been to a professional NBA game. No.
I've been to one Warriors game, Warriors Kings, and then I've been to 3 NBA games total.
Yeah, I just went to my first ever NFL game.
Yeah,
I went to Cleveland and I got to see the Browns play. That was crazy, but I've never been to an NBA game. Yeah, I can't wait. Yeah, but I want them to play like a good team, like Chicago or like Brooklyn or something like that again.
Yeah, no, that'd be fun.
I just having to find the time to figure out when to do that. So let's kind of maybe switch gears a little bit. If you're not playing basketball, if you're not doing school, what are you doing? Like, what does an off day look like for you? Like, if you're not playing basketball, you have no school, you just a day to chill. What are you doing? Are you playing video games? What are you doing? Watching movies?
So if I'm back in Santa Monica on a day off, and it's nice outside, beach all day.
Oh, for sure.
We can spend like 4 hours at the beach. Go to the pier, just mess around, like just be dudes. Yeah. I'm not a huge party guy, so like nights I'm usually just like in my room chilling, playing Fortnite with my boys. Cody,
you still play Fortnite?
Oh yeah, it's so fun.
I'm getting back into it a little bit.
Yeah, and we can just, I mean, we all suck. I'm not gonna lie, but it's just fun to get on there with your boys and like mess around.
Yeah, just have fun. Yeah. Do you play Warzone?
I did for a little bit, but it got too hard. I was like,
that's a good point. Yeah. Me and my friends, we kind of switched over, and we stopped playing Warzone and we started playing Fortnite again. And I don't know why, it just became fun. And I don't know why, if it's just the skill-based matchmaking or whatever, and just how garbage we are, and then just having fun.
Yeah, no, I was heavy on Warzone for like 3-4 months. But
same.
Yeah.
When it first came out, we were like really into it, and that's all we played until like this past like update, and we were just like, nah, let's switch back over and see if we can get something popping off. What do they like? What separates? Like, what's the difference? Obviously, because you grew up here. What is like the difference now that you begin to start traveling a little bit? Like, what are some of the differences between Fresno and like, let's say Santa Monica, for instance? Like, obviously, other than the beach and being right on it, and,
so, like,
and having that access.
Obviously, that part's cool. Like being next to the beach, there's always stuff going on. But like, give me Fresno over LA any day.
Really?
LA.
Too busy?
If I want to go like 5 miles away to a Walmart, it takes me like 40 minutes. You get on the freeway and you just don't move forever. And I can't stand it. And the homelessness is bad in LA. Like,
Really?
yeah.
You think it's worse? Do you think it's worse over there than it is here?
On a large scale, definitely. Like, obviously there's
Really?
spots in Fresno that have it.
I mean, right down the
Yeah,
street.
but I love, like, Fresno's so spread out. You're close to everything. Like, you're pretty close to the beach. You're close to Yosemite. You're close to everything.
I mean, we're almost like, we're a good hour to 2 hours out of pretty much everything.
Yeah, like
I mean,
anything
you got Shaver up there, beaches down,
yeah, absolutely.
Pismo.
I love Fresno.
Obviously you got your families here.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen Cooper play at all? Your little brother?
I've been to 3 games. He's on the same track I was in high school. So like junior year, I hardly played. He's not really playing that much, but I mean, I work out with him obviously whenever I'm in town. He's a better shooter than me, like by far. The kid can shoot the ball.
Yeah.
He's got to work on some athleticism, but he's going to be good. He should be better than me. So
Well, I can't wait to see him because he does remind me of you.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks almost exactly like you, bro. So that's gonna be cool to watch him go because I've seen him in a couple games too as well, and seeing him, and obviously Jay got to be in his first varsity game. Well, not first varsity game.
I remember I was laying on my bed in Santa Monica and I saw the tweet. Like Clovis West won, whatever, they put the score and they had a picture of the game and I saw Jake in there like seeing it and I was like, oh my god, that makes me so happy.
He gets me so frustrated sometimes. Dude, he has the picture that was floating around Instagram and I'm gonna keep telling him this because he needs to hear it, and he has it as his lock screen and I'm like, my gosh, and it's him going like this after he made 1-3 and I'm like, dude, it's okay.
He deserves it though. He gave his all as a manager for 3 years. Like he
definitely does.
He worked hard. Like my senior year, we ever needed anything, he would be like on it. He was at the gym before anyone as a manager, and I was like,
yeah, I remember there's times where my dad would be like, hey, what time do you have to be at West? And he's like, well, like 5:30.
Yeah.
And he's like, why do you have to be there? So he's like, because I got to set up, I got to do everything. I'm like, okay.
We'd get there like 6. I'd show up at 6:30 in the morning, just like did not want to be there, so tired. And he's in there like shooting free throws or something, and I'm just like, he definitely deserves what's going on right now.
So that's cool, man. And just kind of wrap things up a little bit. I always do this with my guests, and I kind of talked to you a little bit before we started. Is there any motivation, inspirational thing you can say to anybody that either wants to start creating, wants to either, like if they're trying to go to school, they want to be a better basketball player? Is there any advice you want to give to kind of wrap us up out of here?
I mean, the main thing is everyone's going to have bad days, obviously. And, some people are going to have a lot more than other people, and it's not fair, but life's not fair. So, I mean, as long as you have a breath and you are breathing, then you just got to look at it like life is good.
Oh, that's good. That's good words to live by. Yeah, because, like you said, life's not always fair to everybody. But there's things that obviously we take for granted. Like, I like other people are struggling way worse than I am somewhere in the world. Like, what am I like complaining about? You know? And I like that. That's good. Absolutely. And it's actually really refreshing. This last year has been, I don't know. This year hasn't been the best year. I feel like, because we're still on that that COVID track. Yeah. Like people like just like COVID, and just like, bro, like it's been a year already. Like people are opening up.
Let's get back to regular life.
Yeah. Like I'm ready for that. But people aren't ready to like accept that yet. And I'm just like, dude, it's been like a year and a half now since it happened. Like I'm ready to get back to it. Yeah. And but yeah, that's good. And I like that. It's very refreshing. Okay, well, dude, that concludes this episode, dude. Man, this was a great episode. I really liked it. You and Coach Holmes can beef on Instagram all you want. I'll put your Instagram down below, so you go ahead and follow your boy. But man, so be on the lookout. Merch coming in February. Sponsorships. If you know anybody, hit me up. Hit Grace Studios up. One of the two. But yeah, man, is there anything else you want to say before we kind of scratch on out of here, man?
Coach Holmes, you're crazy, but that's about it.
Boom, 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 boom. Get shot at Coach Holmes. You can beef with him. Don't beef with me. This is his words, not mine. All right, man. But keep it central. We're out. Nick, Alex. See you next.